Alright boys, we are back and it's time to finish up the regular season for our last year with our Tampa Bay Lightning, year 10. We're at the trade deadline, so in this video I want to get by the trade deadline, finish up the regular season, do the scouting reports, progress reports, stats wrap up, the whole season wrap up basically, okay? We're going to do that in this video. So our record, it's looking pretty good, 42-16-6. We definitely turned it around there after the little bit of a midseason slump. Alright, but we're still not first in the NHL. We're, what, 5 or 4 points? We're first in the East with 90, 3 points above Ottawa. But yeah, we're 5 points behind the St. Louis Blues. They have 95 points, all right? So we can definitely still catch these guys, absolutely. How many games left do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 14, 16, 18. All right, so we got 18 games left. That's a boatload of games still to go. 18 games left. I'd say if we can win, I don't know, 12 out of those 18 games, go 12-6, get to 54 wins. Yeah, I think if we get to 54 wins, we can win the President's Trophy, all right? Because that way we'll end up with, what, 114 points or something along those lines? Yeah, I think if we can get 12 out of 18, we'll definitely win. That's a steep order, but we can do it, all right? Trade deadline, I'm not going to do anything. You guys know that, so I'm just going to simulate up here until the end of the regular season. Subban is getting the start all the way, all right? We'll go into the trade. You know what? Should I skip the trade deadline? You know what? I'll go into it just to see if there's any spectacular trades that are going on. You never know. Trade deadline is almost upon us. Actually, I want to go into the trade deadline because I've learned from previous GM modes. You know, one of the judging systems that I have at the end, how did I leave the team for the future? Once I pass the trade deadline, I can't bring up the trade negotiation screen anymore, and that's really the only way that you can check out which draft picks you have. So when I do the judging system, I'll know to come back to this video to check it out. But basically for the draft this year, boys, alright, this is going to be the first year that I don't do anything, alright? The season ends right after the playoffs, so I won't have anything to do with the draft. But the GM who's taken over for me, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 first-round draft picks in this year's draft. Next year, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 first-round picks in next year's draft, alright? And they actually both still have the second-round picks as well. 3 second rounds in next year's, and 3 third rounds in next year's, 2 fourths, alright? The year after that, 3 first round picks, alright, 2 seconds, and then it's back to normal. So, whatever the GM wants to do after this, even if he wants to blow the team up, I mean, he's got 3 years of draft picks. I mean, the next 2 years, he's got 14 first rounders, and then in year 3, what do you have? 3, I think it was? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3. So, I mean, this guy's got plenty. He's got, what, 17 first-round picks in the next 3 years. Hell yeah, baby. And he can even get more if he trades some of these players when their contracts are going up. So we're definitely leaving the team in the right spot. I wanted to check that out right now because I can't check it after we pass the trade deadline here because it doesn't come back up, all right? So let's just quickly go through the trade deadline. Let's see if anyone offers us any trades here. Really not going to be making any changes to our starting lineup. I'm going to be looking for, I don't know, if someone wants to offer me a draft pick or a prospect for another prospect or draft pick. I'll look at it. You never know. That's how we got Joe Thornton way back when. I forgot what the trade was, but yeah, man, we got Joe Thornton from a trade deadline kind of deal. No, nothing there. All right, so trade deadline, we didn't have to do anything like I thought was going to happen, all right? So let's just keep the simulation going. And is this year Steven Stamkos, is he going to hit 50 goals being on that left wing? We'll have to see, all right? We'll have to see. Here we go. Come on, boys. I didn't even, oh, man, hang on. Let me stop this simulation. I didn't count that first win or not. Let's see. Yeah, we got to win. All right, so we're 2-1. All right, so we have to go 12-6. We're 2-1, all right? So not bad. Yeah, it's only a 2-to-1 ratio to go 12-6. So if we keep going 2-1, we'll make it. So here we go. Come on, boys. Come on, 2-1, 3-1. All right, and I'm going to count overtime losses the same. 4-1. Very nice. Here we go. Ottawa, 5-1. All right, we're definitely turning it up here. Hopefully we can win that President's Trophy again, man. I want to go out on the right note. Maybe not win the Stanley Cup, you know, because the Stanley Cup, anything can happen. We've had early exits before, even with good teams, but we can always win that President's Trophy, all right? There's a loss. And actually, because I was counting, I lost track of the count again. That's all right. I think we've only had at most 3 losses, so I'll just keep track of the losses. There's at most 4 losses, all right? So we can only afford at most like 3 more, all right? At least 2 more, all right? There's another loss. Now we're starting to lose games. 1 more loss. All right, there it is. We have to run the table now, basically, to win 6 in a row. Come on, boys. Come on, man. Don't go on a losing streak to end the regular season. Stamkos, man. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get to 50 goals. He's kind of cooled off here towards the end. There's back-to-back shutouts for Malcolm Subban. Come on, there's another win. All right, we're turning it back here. We're a streaky-ass team here at the end. Ah, there's a loss. All right, so I think a bunch of our losses were overtime losses, but and when I said 12-6, I mean that wasn't for sure that we win the Presidents. We could win only 8 games and still win the Presidents. We'll have to see. We'll go back into the scouts. Top 5, we already got that. A golden guy. We already got that guy. We'll just do this top 10 guy, Morrison. There you go. All right, how many games left do we have? We have 2 games left, boys. Come on. Let me just simulate up into the last game, and then we'll check the stats and see what happens here. See how it looks. All right, there's another regulation loss too. Even though it was only a 1-goal loss, it was a regulation loss. All right, so we're 52-21 and 8, 52-29. It's not even a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's not even really that good of a record. I think St. Louis might be beating us here. We'll have to see. Hang on. All right, Eastern Conference, we are first. All right, so it looks like for the Eastern Conference, I'm just talking about the East, we're going to have home ice advantage throughout the playoffs in the East, all right? Doesn't matter. But the West, yeah, the St. Louis Blues, they're 4 points ahead of us with only 1 game in hand for us. The St. Louis Blues looks like they've won the President's Trophy this year, boys. So, couldn't do it. That little losing streak that we went on right here, where was it? Yeah, these wins were nice, but then look at this. Loss, win, loss, loss. Loss, 3 losses in a row. Come back with 2 wins, yeah, or 3 wins, but still. And then another 2 losses in a row. So, I mean, we did win a few in a row there, but then we'd come back with 3 losses in a row, 2 losses in a row. And that really just kills any streaks that you went on. So, we're not going to win the Presidents in year 10, but that's all right. We can win the Eastern Conference, all right? Last game of the regular season against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Doesn't look like they're a playoff team, so we're not going to be facing them in the playoffs. No, we're not. So, come on, boys. Let's end our Tampa Bay. Yes, we ended our regular season with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Our last regular season game with the Tampa Bay Lightning on a winning note. 5-1 victory. There you go. So, we finished all the regular season matchups against for our Tampa Bay Lightning, all right? So last thing, we got the playoffs to work with. So I don't want to forget like last time. Let me simulate up, and let's see which team we have to face. Oh, wait, no. Did it skip? No, it didn't skip, thank God. I want to check the season stats still. All right, so goals against average. Even though Subban played 82 games, he still had the greatest goals against average, 1.84. Very nice. So maybe it was our goal scoring this year that didn't pan out for us. Our save percentage, Subban is 5th, .928. Very nice. Wins, yeah, you know he was going to be up there with wins. Points, Stamkos got 100 points. Len Little had 96. So our first line was 1st, 2nd, and 4th in the NHL for points. So our first line did great for us this year. Assists, Len Little led the league with 70. Goals, Steven Stamkos finally led the league. Still only had 48. Didn't hit the 50-goal mark, but he led the league, so I'll be happy with that, I guess. Team standings, 114 points. A great season. 114, you can win the Presidents with that, but St. Louis, they just had an even better season. 120 points for the St. Louis Blues. Possibly a 60-win team. Probably not. They probably had a few overtime losses in there, but still a really good season for the St. Louis Blues. So possibly the team to watch out for, but we got to get to the 4th round before we have to face them, so we still have a work cut out for us before that. All right, yep, so I'll check out the team stats and such. Let me just simulate up here and let me see who we have in the first round. I forget, I didn't even check. The Philadelphia Flyers, oh my goodness gracious, at home. All right, at the start of the year, I advised you that I wanted 56 wins, and you only got 53. Get out of here, owner, Jesus Christ. All right, so we got the Philadelphia Flyers in the first round. Very nice. So let's check out everything here before, let's wrap it up. Where was it? Is it team reports? Yeah, it's team reports. Oh, no, not team reports. What was it? Player training, right? No, progress reports. That's the one. All right, here it is. So for the NHL, let's see who got the best. Fensky, he went up by 14. Damn, Fensky's 89 overall. I mean, whoever thought that this Fensky guy would turn out to be somebody like a super stud for us? I mean, he's 27 years old at 89 overall for a defensive defenseman. Hell yeah, baby! Look at his defensive awareness. It's 99 overall. Jesus, Luke Fensky's turned out to be a stud for us. Sagan, he still got better. He's 94 overall now. Ekblad, sorry, he got better. He's 93. Lofthouse got better, 95. Victor Hedman is still getting better, 97 as a defenseman. Dear God. The Nudes, kind of getting better. Len Little, yeah, he's 94. Pody, he jumped to 83, and Webb jumped to 85. So those two defensemen, they're starting to get better. All right, so that's good. That's what I mean about the I mean, we're still a good team, but the rebuilding year, get some young guys in there and get them better. Webb, Pody, and Hendry all had a lot of NHL ice time this year. Granny Smith, he's a 90 overall now. Steven Stamkos, I mean, I don't know how he's still getting better. He's 99 overall. Everything in the offensive category for Stamkos is 99. That's why I'm saying, how is this guy not getting a 50-goal season? All right, even on the left wing, boys, he still only had 48 goals. All right, he's getting better in the defensive category and athleticism as well. But look at that offensive category, 99s everywhere, not a 98 to be seen. Jesus Christ! All right, so Stamkos, he really can't get much better. Let me keep going down here. Stamkos, Bisson, Shen, yeah. Nick Ritchie's now an 85 overall. Golden, Hendry, Lemieux, Iliuk. All right, so I'm not going to check out everybody. AHL. Oh, actually, no, wait. NHL goalies. Let me see here. Goalies. Subban is now a 91 overall at 27 years old. All right, he went up by 17. Very nice. AHL, Daig went up by 15. That's what I mean. Give Daig 82 games in the AHL. He gets the same type of experience as 82 games in the NHL. Right? Subban had 17. Daig had 15. And now he's an 86 overall goaltender at 23 years old. Very nice. All skaters. Let's check out this. Phil Trout, even though he's not on our team anymore, he just wanted to sign with our AHL team, I guess. Method as well. Eriksson, this guy was the sniper that we picked up in the Edmonton deal for the Nuge, Len Little, and Ritchie, and Eriksson were the draft picks. Jeff Schultz, no, we really don't see. We traded away a lot of our young rookies. I mean, we still have a lot of younger guys who were still in the 70s, but I'm talking about guys who were restricted free agents. We traded them all at the end last year, right? So there's the progress reports. Let's check out the stats for our team, and then we'll check out the stats for our players, and then we'll wrap it up, right? So our team stats, year 10 wrapped up like this. Goals for per game, we're first in the NHL, all right? So I'm very happy with that. It's above 3.25. All right, so goals for is way up there. Goals against, we're first in the NHL. So I don't know how the St. Louis Blues beat us. It was just a few games that we lost, you know, that game that I said, I think it was the second last game, we lost 0-1. That's a game that it looks great for your stats, your goals against. Your goals for takes a hit, but we scored so many goals anyways. Your goals against doesn't take a hit from that, but you still get the loss. So goals for per game and goals against per game, we're first in the NHL, but we still finished second. Very interesting. Power play percentage could be a bit better, but it is second in the NHL behind St. Louis. All right, I want it to be around 25%, but it's second in the NHL, so I'm happy with that. And our penalty kill looks great, 88.5%, first in the NHL. All right, so statistically, we actually look almost better than we have in the past. Get out of here, phone. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to do a GMO commentary. Yeah, so everything looks good here. All right. Now let's just check out the player stats and wrap it up here. I want to see if that second line did like what they did last year. Sagan had, I think, 71 points last year, and Granny Smith and the Nuge both had 64. And I really like that. I want to see if they did it again. I know the first line did great for us. Yeah, Stamkos. All right, so we got to 100 points. He broke the century mark. Len Little had 96, and Lofthouse had 89. So all of our first liners were above a point-a-game player. So that's a perfect first line right there. Perfect first line. Second line, Sagan, 72 points. So he had a better year this year than last year. The Nuge, 66 points. He had a better year. Granny Smith, only 55. But remember, we took him off the power play there before the end of the trade deadline or a month before that. So if he stayed on the power play, he would have had at least another 5 points, all right? Probably more, but at least another 5, which would have taken him to 60. So another good year for Granny Smith. I'm fine with that. 55 points, I'm fine with that. That's a Shane Doan season right there. And for $3 million, hell, that's worth it, man. Braden Shen, 38 points on the third line. He just gets it done for us on the third line. Hendry could have had a better year. 28 points, not bad, but could have had a better year. Ritchie, 28 points. That's a great season for him. Golden, Lemieux, and Iliuk, 15, 13, and 11 back there on the fourth line. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. Defenseman, I'm guessing Hedman and Fensky. Wow, Hedman almost had 50 points. That's quite a year for him playing that. You know what? That first line, the first line defense core and the first line offense, they just clicked this year. All right? Fensky had 42 points. Ekblad only had 29, and then everyone else 13, 13, 12. All right? But damn, our first line, our offense and defensive first line really had a lot of points. Everyone this year. And Subban, 1.84 goals against average and a save percentage of .928. All right? So there you go, boys. There's our last regular season game played as the Tampa Bay Lightning. And you know what? It was a pretty good year. We didn't win the President's Trophy. All right? So we didn't win it. The St. Louis Blues just they played better than us this year. It wasn't that we had a bad season. It was just that the St. Louis Blues had an outstanding season, all right? If you compare this season to previous seasons that we've won the Presidents, I mean, technically, this was our third best season in the GM mode, and we didn't win the Presidents. And I think we've had like 5 or 6 Presidents trophies. I think 5. All right, so, I mean, look at our goals for and our goals against. Our goals against was 30 goals less than before, all right? So, St. Louis just had a hell of a season this year. But I don't care about the regular season. I want to win the Stanley Cup for the 5th time in 10 years, all right, as the GM of the Tampa Bay Lightning. That is my goal. And we're going into the playoffs, round 1 against the Philadelphia Flyers, all right, boys? It's going to be a good series, and it could be our last series, all right? So, I will see you in the playoffs. Take it easy.